Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome to TNT Championship Season 2 2023. We are at the semifinals of the competitive league. Deep Sea Sasha versus Tatanka. Olive, what's up, man?
Hey guys, welcome.
So, we just got off of seeing Melvin Fro versus R22. Really great series. If you haven't seen that yet, you have 2 seconds for spoiler warning. Here you go. Okay, Melvin won 4-1.
Melvin won. Yeah, you got it.
I had to give him at least a split second. I don't know if somebody just pulled this up on YouTube. But yeah, so Melvin took it 4-1, and I think Melvin really showcased some strong play. But Sasha is also really on fire this season, and I'm personally kind of rooting for them. Like, it'd be really nice to see Sasha take a trophy, I feel like. All these players really deserve it, but I mean, Tatanka's gotten several wins, Melvin Fro's gotten wins. Like, Sasha's really the one here that needs that big dub.
Yeah, and you know what? If Tatanka wins this, I'm sensing I got a little bit of deja vu right now, because our last finals, you and I casted, was Melvin versus Tatanka last season. So, you know, a rematch would be great because, you know, give Melvin a chance to get some revenge here, but we want to see new matchups. You know, Sasha versus Melvin would be hype as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, was that last season, or was last season the one where Tatanka beat Mishi?
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. You're right. It was Mishi, and then before that it was Melvin. Okay, I'm getting confused.
Yeah. I think we casted both those together.
We did. Yeah.
But yeah, because not to call you out of that, but I was just thinking about it because I remember it was like really hype. Like the Tatanka versus Mishi rematch, right. You know?
I do remember, yeah, because it was, you know, it's the reverse sweep thing. Right?
Yeah.
It's the tooth and tail game.
So, let's see. I mean, have you been following Sasha? To be honest, I haven't seen a ton of matches of either of these folks this season. I feel like Sasha's just playing really flexible. Do you think Sasha is going to lock into one comp? Or, in my mind, just kind of how I know these players, I think Tatanka's going to be that, you know, kind of how he normally is, where it's like, oh, I've calculated the best deck for this meta, and that's what I'm going to use. Where Sasha, I think, is a little bit more prone to try risky build orders or do things like lizards and that kind of stuff. And I guess what looks risky to us, but Sasha kind of big brain is like, no, actually this works, and the rest of y'all are stupid because you haven't figured it out yet.
I think Tatanka, he saw the patch notes and he's like, yep, this is the best deck ever. We're just gonna, yep, you guys are all wrong, this is it. I'm gonna play it every single time now, and I'm gonna win with it every single time. And Sasha goes, well, hold on, this meta's evolving, it's changing. Even though it's the same patch, things keep getting different. We started this patch a year or two ago, thinking, okay, Cam is the best tier 2, and now we see how far things have changed since then. When people understand things a little better, things start to change. And so I think we're going to see Tatanka play the same deck every single time, unless they're down 3-0 maybe. Whereas Sasha, I think, might even change it every time, even off a win. We'll see, though.
Do you think Tatanka is going to be doing the Wolf Falcon Badger shell?
You know what? We'll see. I'm really curious what Tatanka's bring. I could be Wolf Boar. I'll call it early. It could be Wolf Boar.
I think we're going to see Wolf. Do you think Wolf will be the most played tier 3?
I think we're going to see Wolf from both players. Yeah.
Do you think we'll see any Fox?
Fox is never... Delphius just... okay, you know what? Sorry. For the viewers at home who still believe in Fox, we're going to see Fox. For sure, Delphius is the best tier 3. It's definitely coming.
Alright, here we go. Are you ready for match number 1?
I'm super ready.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got here. Over on the right-hand side, Tatanka, and over on the left, Sasha. This is the boar builds from both sides.
Other way around.
Oh yeah, I did say that backwards, didn't I? But the deck that Sasha uses is one I think I've seen you with quite a bit, except for I think you like the skunk over the cam, right?
Yeah, this is a great deck. It's I would bring this deck, but I would lose the pigeons and maybe with another flex or something, maybe like another tier 2 or something. But yeah, this is a great single boar deck, I'd say. Boar pushes are still good. Also 5-farm single from Sasha here. Likes that a lot. I'm not quite sure why they do that, but they enjoy that.
So Tatanka does see it. Yeah, that used to be actually for some Tooth and Tail history, back in like the 2017-2018 meta, 5-farm Warren was actually standard. 8-farm Warren was considered very, very greedy. And the reason was because mold rushes were even better back then. So if
listen,
if you went 8 farm, like that was a big. We're like, whoa, this guy's crazy going just straight 8 farm. Like,
I'm trying to bring that fear back to Delphi.
Yeah, you're working hard.
They're too comfortable getting 8 farms. That's funny.
So Tatanka, I think, gets a little bit of the eco advantage here out of the early game dance. Honestly, it's nothing to write home about. It's really not going to make any sort of difference in the long haul. Maybe you can afford like an extra squirrel in certain situations, but definitely, yeah, I would say Tatanka comes out of the early game slightly ahead.
Yeah, a little bit. Takes a little bit of an eco advantage from some delayed farms from Sasha. But we were wrong about the Tatanka stack. It's going to be single board, triple tier 2.
Yep.
This is also a really good board deck. Yeah, Snake first is great. This is actually such a Tatanka play.
I don't even know what I'm talking about with this game anymore, man.
Yeah,
let's just pack this up.
Let's just be silent and then let the gameplay speak for itself.
I'm shutting down the Twitch channel, man.
Close it. Yeah.
We see 6-farm Warrens into a Snake first.
It's like, okay, what's going on?
But this honestly is looking better for Tatanka. I think if Sasha goes double cam, which I think is a very strong opener, you know, especially because they're going to play this tier 1 game, or 1 base game rather. I think the Snake is a little better in that regard if Tatanka's got the good micro and can tag all the different cams.
Yeah. There are pigeons though from Sasha, so it could help save some of those cams. And I want to say, Tatanka has like pig snake sniped us all so many times that there's just like this. Whenever you see a tier 2 early from Tatanka, there's like this this trigger that goes off in every the Tooth and Tail player's mind. It's like, okay, put pigeons down, I can't lose all my farms, put pigeons down.
Yeah.
So before even seeing the snakes, Sasha's like, yep, we're dropping that.
Yeah,
so
on the current patch, if you get 1 snake tag on a pig, it dies if you don't have a pigeon there to heal.
Yeah, so, and you just have to slowly like watch your pig succumb to the single poison tag as 1 snake kills all of your farms.
Look at this, Tatanka hiding some moles up there. I don't think Sasha saw them.
No, didn't see them. This is interesting. Is it gonna be a push here?
Good instinct here from Sasha though. Well, probably wants to get aggressive regardless.
I think they're pushing too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's so funny.
The snakes are super deadly on commanders in the early game. You gotta be careful.
They are. Yeah.
So many moles here from Sasha though.
I think Sasha can easily wait for even like 9 of these moles and then just go, because they want to have as much as possible to assuredly get the mill and then also try to win the fight afterwards. Yeah. They're gonna get plenty of moles.
Tier 1 here from Sasha.
Yeah.
But getting this mill is not that big of a deal. I'm sure Sasha's aware of that. I mean, it's only got 1 pig on it. Here we go.
Oh, catches the cams with the moles. That's really good.
Tatanka trying to get all the snake
poison
tags
here. On the stuff, but he's the tier 1 is all alive, and then now the snakes have way less of a role than they did before. They've killed the tier 2, which is what they were designed to do. But what are they supposed to do now? They can barely even kill the tier 1 with so many pigeons around.
Sasha definitely took a better positional engage there, like you said, like getting the moles up there and getting them right in the face of the chameleons, and that extra damage from the chameleon's not going to matter so much when they're up against the lineman that is the mole.
Sasha overextending a little bit here, needs to go home after taking a pretty good fight there. Knocking out the mill, plus getting all the tier 2 from Tatanka. And look, Tatanka sells down those snakes, and all of a sudden they have almost the same comps, but Sasha with just a little bit more, I think.
Yep, Sasha slightly ahead now. Tatanka's not down and out. There's still definitely another big fight here. Keep in mind the 5-minute mark just hit, so now we're in the in kind of a sticky situation on this match where it's like, okay, do you double down and keep... Are we going to keep attacking until we're throwing like 3 squirrels at each other and starving? Yeah. Or are we going to try to somehow build back up an economy?
And I think I'd like to see Sasha expand, actually. I think Sasha's in a good position in this game where they have the ability to do so. I think it'd be much riskier for Tatanka to even try something like that until they see Sasha do that. Let's see. Gonna grab a mill, yeah. I think Sasha's in a good spot to be able to do this and keep putting pressure on if they want to. Oh, whoa, looking like base race mills here. Yeah. Are they gonna try to focus down the mill? Can they even do that? Let's see. There's a lot of warrens here that the moles are gonna love. They're licking their fingers right now, looking at all those exposed warrens. Selling the base.
Okay, so I think Sasha was thinking maybe Tatanka might try something cheeky and try to snipe their middle after they left, but Tatanka does see the expansion, and they're gonna go for their own again.
Gonna be a brutal push from Sasha. 15 moles, 12 squirrels, 2 cams. Wow, yeah, this is gonna be really difficult for Tatanka to hold this.
Yeah, so many moles coming out from Sasha here, ready to play dirty.
Yep. This mill's lifespan is about to be like 0.2 seconds. Here we go, here's the fight. Moles moving in. And it looks even until all the moles clear out for Tatanka, and then it does not look even anymore.
Yeah, once that front line gets eliminated, Sasha able to come back in here. Tatanka gonna tap. GG.
That's the tap. Easy.
Game number 1 going to Sasha.
Wow.
So what do you think was the big linchpin that game?
I don't even know. I mean, there was just a good fight from Sasha on that first mill, just taking a slight edge and then expanding. It forces Tatanka to expand as well, because if they don't expand, okay, Sasha doesn't push, fine. They put a farm down.
Yeah.
They put 2 farms down, and then Tatanka has to push into you when you have the same or more.
Right.
You know, that's GG. So Tatanka has to expand, and that's just Sasha goes, okay, now I push in. I have 12 moles. You know, just nothing you can really do against that.
Yes, Sasha just had so many moles in that first engagement. I think that was a really big factor of it. And the fact that Sasha was able to trade pretty effectively while also getting the mill, while also getting some warrens.
Yeah, they got like 3 mole warrens.
And the snakes from Tatanka, I mean, snakes are cool units and they can allow you to esports on the opponent, but what are snakes built for, Olive?
It's killing tier 2. It's a tier 2 or
tier 2, killing tier 3. And Sasha said, you know what, fine, you've got snakes, I'm going to send just an assload of tier 1 at you, and what are you going to do about it, you know? So, okay, well, let's get into game number 2 here. Are you ready to go?
I'm sure am.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see if I don't mix them up this time. In the right, we've got Tatanka, and up top,
in the right?
Sasha. It's kind of the right. It's like the right south. I can never do it right.
It's never good enough.
it is very, you know, there's a small amount of what is that, longitude or latitude? Longitude.
Yeah, about 45% of this map is just trash. So there is one ninja base that not a single player is ever going to scout, but the rest of it is all just
pretending to be Olive here.
Oh. Sasha dropping moles of their own. It is gonna. Oh yeah, gonna sell. The moles from Sasha gonna go pressure farms, perhaps? Yeah, gonna go pressure farms. That's super interesting. Yeah, they're gonna force a sell, and they're gonna force a warren sell with this early mole from their own base.
Oh my gosh.
Once the second mole gets here, they can easily pressure the sell on this tier 1 warren.
This is the worst feeling when you try to do some
aggression,
and then...
Imagine. That's
and
they're gonna lose it.
Oh, they got the scroll though.
Run home. Yeah,
alright.
Not bad. So they're gonna be safe from any more mole. If they lose that squirrel, if it doesn't come out, then you're delayed even more on farms. So that's not the worst. Both players on 5 farms, and we're seeing some early game aggression for sure here.
Yeah, smart move from Sasha there to go ahead and throw down that other tier 1 warren. And then Tatanka's gonna come in here and see the additional warrens from Tatanka and feel pretty safe. So
yeah. So actually, that's super. I mean, that's crazy. Sasha, I was like, okay, this extra mole warren to defend is it's not gonna work. It's gonna be like, okay, you're just delaying your farms even more. But they just used it to cancel Tatanka's farms from across the map, and it ended up working out so well, like unexpectedly. It's great.
This is wild.
Nobody at 8 farms want to move out. It's so funny, but they both have the same thing, pretty much.
Yes,
almost identical.
Sasha coming into shoulder check, but does realize Tatanka has not been greedy and comes home.
Yeah, if Tatanka had been greedy, SUG, right?
Yeah, that's
you stop farms, you trade out evenly, and then you cancel it. They don't have time to get up to 8 farms, and then slowly trickle out, you lose. But yeah, both players playing it by the books here. Just keeping their tier 1 counts even, getting it up to 8 farms, and actually it looks like Tatanka is going to hit 8 farms a little bit faster than Sasha here.
Yeah, more moles from Sasha. Let's see. Yeah, Sasha again gonna come in and
Maybe
check.
I think he's gonna try to cancel these farms here. They actually will push in on this push. They have more tier 1.
Yeah.
I think they go home now because the farms are no longer building. Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I think Sasha keeps moving across the map because they really want to make the investment of the early tier 1 worth it. You know what I mean? So they just kept wanting to come in and be like, oh, do I have a little bit of an edge? Can I take a favorable trade? It turned out could not find that little opening there.
Yeah, so I think Tatanka coming out a little. Well, I don't even know because Sasha got that Warren from Tatanka.
Right.
So I think even maybe Sasha comes out a little ahead just from that Warren snipe. But Tatanka did get the farms a decent amount faster, and now we're choosing both players grabbing tier 2 cams versus skunks here. Tails all the time.
Yeah, and if Sasha, one thing that surprised me was, you know, last game Sasha was really doubling down on those moles, you know, and if Sasha pushes in with just, you know, 9-12 moles with the cams to back them up, I mean, that's a hell of a front line, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting when you're playing into cams with moles. I think I talked about this in the Melvin set, actually. If you can kind of catch the cams with the moles, they're gonna DPS each other down, and when you catch those cams, they get shot down by the squirrels, and then they get almost no value on the squirrels. That's kind of what you're looking for if you're Tatanka in a fight like this. But he's grabbing 4 Falcons, which is gonna do really well against Sasha's tier 1 spam comp.
Yeah, this is really smart from Tatanka, saying, okay, if you're gonna go cam, mole, squirrel, I'm just gonna build Falcons, and you can't shoot up after your squirrels die. So
right, and skunks too, right? Those are gonna do well. Yeah, as well against the squirrels.
Yeah, this seems like a good counter comp that Tatanka's putting together here. Yeah, the skunks handle the squirrels and the Falcons handle everything else. And Tatanka's trying to take this into a mid game here. Sasha's still trying to build more tier 1. Yeah, I'd be kind of afraid if I was Tatanka. I mean, he put 2 farms down on that mill, but to me, Sasha's just still sending out a lot of signals like they want to attack. Right. And I think they are going to when the 4 cams hit the board.
I think we're in an interesting position map-wise here. I think that both players are in terrains defensively that suit their tier 2 and tier 1. This open terrain at Sasha's mill is going to be so good for the cams, so good for the moles, but this defensive water and low ground like stuff is going to be good for pre-gas. So if enough pre-gas gets down here, if Tatanka's focusing...
Here we go! Tatanka really needs to keep these Falcons alive. That's number 1. Pulling back with everything, though, is Tatanka. Is this too much retreating?
I don't know. Now on top of the Warrens, a lot of things going down though for Sasha.
Holy crap! That was actually super smart from Tatanka to retreat to that little ground there, that choke point with the skunk ass, and Tatanka's pushing back. But Sasha did retreat at a decent time, is able to keep 2 cams alive here.
Yeah, keeping those cams alive is nice, and I don't know if they really. Let's see if they can hold this though. There's not enough really flying attacking things from Sasha to kill 4 Falcons like this, and that's tap.
Really great adjustments there from Tatanka. I think I'm just really impressed. Oh, whoops! I'm really impressed that Tatanka put together a great army to deal with what Sasha was throwing out there.
Yeah, I think a lot of players when they're playing a series like this, they'll a lot of times I noticed this for some reason. Players will wait until they're down 0-2 to change their army or their playstyle. Tatanka is not like that. He saw his mistakes in game 1. And he goes, okay, if I'm gonna get spammed by tier 1, I'm gonna bring Skunk Falcon and push back a little bit here.
And then, like you said, it wasn't even a deck thing. Like, he just changed his build, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, all right, ready for game 3?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
All right, spawning on the left side, Sasha, and on the right side, Tatanka. How was that?
Let's go.
Did I do it right?
Okay. I think this is the perfect tie. I think this is like the epitome of left and right. Really large map here, man. Also, maybe we'll see a mole rush here from the side of Sasha onto Tatanka if they're thinking about it. Also, Tatanka has a great mole rush here if they choose to do so. Let's see. No, they're not gonna do it.
Doesn't look
you should do it now. This is when you want to do it.
No mole rushing happening here.
Yeah, it should be safe now.
Were you suggesting Tatanka probably mole rush on that little high ground in the back of Sasha's base?
I was gonna say open, right in the middle, on the 3 farms that were open at the start.
Oh,
the classic triple cell, I guess, to delay those farms. But the high ground's risky because it's the one you're going for is in the middle of a lot of pigs.
Sure.
And if it gets placed last, I don't think you even get that. Like with 7 pigs shooting, you're not gonna get. It's even 6 pigs shooting, you're not gonna get it, unfortunately.
All right, again, some safety warrants here in the early game. We've been seeing that out of the high-level players lately. Just don't want to be caught with their pants down against anything. 4 farm doubles, something like that.
And this looks like, to me, it's going to be a 16 farm game because each player has a really nice second mill, but not a great third mill, basically. Is what we're looking at here. So, and the map is so large that this tier 1 aggression we've been seeing out of Sasha, especially, and also a little bit out of Tatanka, is just not going to work the same way it did last time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see tier 2 out of both, even an early tier 3 off maybe a couple farms on the second mill here.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a very textbook, like, all right, you know, we're going to go up to 2 bases, 16 farms, show me what you got kind of game. And I'm not sure if we're really going to expand further than that. Sasha throwing down a Mull Warren, though, so hold that thought.
Okay. Interesting. Kind of try to brush this mill. There is a... Maybe hoping for some high ground abuse, I guess, but it's not really going to
go
pressure the mill. Yeah.
But
makes Tatanka pick up a tier 2, though.
I think, like, if we get to 3 base and beyond, in a weird way, I kind of like Sasha's position. Although Tatanka's got 4 mills on their side of the map, I feel like it might be a little more difficult to attack into Sasha's main base. Like, some of the cliffing is a little bit awkward. Then again, it is a pretty straight shoot right into the third. So I don't know.
Yeah, the third is going to be hard for Sasha to hold, I think. They're going to have to take a very forward position by this water area, basically.
Yeah, Sasha at that point is going to put their whole army kind of up on that high ground or close to the third, you know?
Right, that's basically the play, because you're going to be able to see anyone walking around the sides. I do think they have a nice third. It doesn't look good because it's far away, but I think it's not a bad third at all. Once you're at a high army composition, basically. Because you can hold pretty well across this water thing in the middle. Couple tier 2 from Sasha. Tatanka taking a farm lead here. Tatanka with the tech lead.
Tatanka with boar and skunk in the comp.
Yeah, but also I meant to say this, I forgot now, but Sasha switching with their tech a little bit, grabbing a wolf instead of a boar like we've been seeing. So that is interesting. It's going to be wolf versus boar, which is Sasha's new hot debate that's on the scene, you know, which is better, wolf versus boar. It's funny because I think they determined that boar was better, but wolf is definitely viable, I think was the conclusion of their research study, their analytical study.
Yeah, I think boar is kind of the old hat at this point. You know, I think last season, to me at least, like, boar felt really strong. It felt like there was a lot of, like, one hit from guys like you as well, like, that were really piloting these very strong, like, 1 base board pushes or 1.5 base board pushes. But I think it's a little bit solved now, right? Like, if you see that board coming out, you kind of know, all right, let's get into the Falcons. Let's not hard target the board. Let's take out a lot of its supporting units, like that kind of stuff.
That was the main revolution in board pushes, trying to ignore the board completely and focus the Falcons.
Yeah.
That was huge. Oh, look at like a little bit of aggression from Sasha. Tatanka's not going to see it. He's not going to know. We'll see the rally out, though. Gotta wonder what that's for.
Well, Sasha knows the board's coming. Sasha's got their own wolf on the way.
Are they waiting for the wolf or going early? It looks like they want to go early. This is a huge choke for Sasha.
Well, the difference here is that Tatanka went full 16, but Sasha went half second base to get a little bit more army right here, right now.
One of the skunks early. That's nice. And there's not a lot of skunk cast on the tier 1 right now, actually. Cam's staying alive well way past their expected lifespan. And there are snakes here for Tatanka. We'll clean up the tier 2. But the army is basically gone. Can you kill that snake if you're Sasha? That's really nice if you can kill it. Does not get it. Boar is out. So is the wolf.
Yeah, manages to get a few farms there. Manages to trade armies. Looks like a little bit more effective trade there for Tatanka. But Tatanka's got the boar now and wants to build up to a couple supporting tier 2. No, just going to go right now. And this could be bad for Sasha.
Tough for Sasha. Not enough Falcons. Oh,
Tatanka, no! Yeah.
Laying this at all is so risky because those Falcons, once they get out, they're going to be buffed up.
This is actually so good for Sasha right now. Tatanka would have just marched immediately. It would be so much stronger.
The second wolf. I'm sorry, the second.
Can we flamethrower from below ground from there? No.
I don't know. Maybe you can.
All right, Tatanka's gonna
here comes the
come in here.
Wolf buff things on top of the whole supporting army. Yeah, that's just what Sasha's doing. Ignoring the boar, but is it oh, I think it is enough this time. How much damage can the boar get done? Not enough. The wolf survives a lot of farms goes.
Yeah, that was so good from Sasha. Very, very strong targeting there, like we were just talking about. Actually ignore the boar, take out the rest of the stuff, and then the boar by itself is not that big of a deal.
And look at the army graph. That's the first fight that went better for Tatanka. It completely reverses, loses almost everything, and Sasha keeping up, like losing a lot of farms, sure, but keeping their entire army alive. And this push is going to be pretty tough to hold if you are Tatanka right now.
Yeah, this would have been hard to hold if the wolf managed to die, but with the wolf here, like there's no way for Tatanka.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to make this happen. The stakes are dead now, so there's going to be no snipe on this wolf like you made it. And the mill's down. Tatanka is starving. And Sasha's on top of everything right now. There's no way I think they can come back. The boar is coming, but it doesn't matter because actually the mill's gonna go down first, I think, before the boar even hits the board.
Yep, that is GG.
Wow.
Sasha up 2 matches here. Good series so far.
Very close series. You love to see it.
All right, we ready to go into game 4 here?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I think you're right. There was a moment there, just a split second, where I think if Tatanka right-clicks rallies in with that boar, when Sasha has no falcons, I think the boar hits so much harder.
Yeah, that would have been, like, Tatanka gave Sasha, like, an extra 10 seconds, and that's all Sasha needed to muster a good force, because Tatanka had just defended very well. Ooh, mole rush, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, he should do it. Well, he's not going to do it.
And,
did Sasha even... whatever.
Yeah, the counterattack would have just been so much more potent if Tatanka didn't wait. But I understand. Tatanka was just looking at his production, was like, oh, if I wait a couple seconds, I get a couple more tier 2. But I think what they didn't think about was that it's the same case for Sasha there, right?
The opposite is also true.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. So, Tatanka getting the wolf this time around. Kind of a weird comp, in my opinion, from Tatanka. I don't know. Boar wolf.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up earlier. I thought boar wolf would come out, and it's so counterintuitive because the wolf does a couple things. It buffs, at least related to units, it buffs move speed and it buffs attack speed twice each. But the thing is, guess what? Who cares if the boar moves faster? Because it moves, and it doesn't buff the shoot speed from the boar. So you're thinking, okay, why would you possibly want a boar wolf? It's a stupid comp. It works really well, and I think part of the point is moving the boar faster gets inside of the tier 1, like past the front line faster, but also it's just about buffing those falcons and buffing the skunks and the tier 1.
Yeah.
It just supports your army so well, and the boar is such a nice cherry on top, because even in the last game, you see how powerful the boar bomb is. It killed like 6 farms or something.
Is expanding here. Look, look. Their territories are basically touching all of.
I know, and there's road between both. It's so risky.
Oh yeah, this is all road too. Yeah, like this is the most shortest rush distance you can possibly have.
Yeah,
these bases are not leaving room for Jesus here at the dance. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is gonna be just a clash in the middle. Farm from Tatanka. And Sasha's seen it? No, but you gotta see it now and go.
So bold, dude.
So bold. Yeah.
I like the skunk. I mean, I don't think you
Sasha
can even get. No, this is over. Like, Tatanka's making the classic mistake. He's trying to macro up. He's trying to tech up, and then Sasha's just pressing the build more tier 1 button on such a short rush distance map. Got the Falcon here for a little bit of some micro play, you know. I don't know
There's
about
skunks
this.
here, and maybe they can make something happen. A couple pigs going down with some good micro, you might be able to save some things here.
But even killing that one pig is already such a big deal. And this other pig's about to go down.
Another pig's gonna go down too, and save the Falcon on top of that. And all of a sudden, that extra farm is like, well, I would have rather had these two instead, actually.
Yeah, Tatanka was just greedy on tech and greedy on economy. On the shortest rush distance map you could possibly get.
So now that both skunks are out, I don't think Sasha's going to look for quite as aggressive move in. I think both those skunks will hold quite effectively. And unless there's more moles, basically. But Sasha chooses this time to build another mill as well, and they're gonna keep the pressure on while also keeping a little bit of economy at home, I think.
Tatanka looking to clap back.
Oh man.
But they went home in the middle of moving their
army is
up.
not here. If any players use this. Okay, let's see if the fight works here for Tatanka. Wants some pre-gas here. There are pigeons here for Sasha. Pre-gas coming in. Sasha doing a nice job of keeping it off the tier 1 here. Just kind of walking around. Needs to be careful about this angle of engage. This is not a good place to be. Kind of walking through. Pigeon's doing good.
Yeah, no tier 1 have actually
nice
even
hits.
died yet.
Yeah, here comes the fight though. They are a little low. Falcon's doing good. Needs to keep those Falcons alive, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna kill the Skunk too, maybe. Skunk gonna survive, I think, but now the counter push here.
That was such
Sasha has a large army
against the free gas there.
Yeah, there's a Falcon here for Tatanka. Can hold this mount, maybe, perhaps.
Okay, Tatanka gets that Falcon. That'd be huge.
Oh,
there it is. Okay.
All
right, this is what
nice
Tatanka needed. Get some units on the retreat.
Yep, and you can see that army graph equalizes now with that Falcon pick. So nice pick up there for Tatanka. Sasha dropping some farms as well, and they're keeping it even on farms, even with those early picks up for Sasha.
Tatanka is still trying to be aggressive here.
Yeah.
Moving forward. Actually, it does kind of have a lot better of the army now. Basically,
there's a lot of moles here, Sasha, and those are going to be well against skunks. But yeah, Sasha needs to be careful because these skunks can destroy their army before the fight even starts if they're not careful. Skunk going down before the fight starts.
Other skunk.
Second skunk
might go
staying
down
alive.
as well.
I think. Falcon's gonna go down though.
Oh, Tatanka really trying to keep these tier 2 alive.
Here, right?
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Something, and that's everything gone for Tatanka.
That tree right there just killed Tatanka.
I know, I saw that.
Because he was actually doing a really good retreat and was gonna live with all 3 tier 2, but realized it had to make like a split-second decision that tree was in the way of microwave back, and then decided, okay, I gotta hold my ground here and trade as best I can. But what a crazy game.
I know, and Tatanka with a slight farm lead. Only 1 farm up, but Sasha has quite a good army lead. Pretty consistent army lead in this game, and it doesn't take that much more effort to get a couple farms if you're Sasha and keep that pressure on. If you keep trading evenly like Sasha's been doing, or even positively like they also have been doing, then you can really, keep this on your court, because they're in a really strong position right now.
I think the 6 moles have been making such a big difference.
Absolutely.
I wish Tatanka would build into a few more moles. Sasha gonna try to get some.
Gonna get a farm snipe one?
No,
Tatanka knows. Yeah, good game sense there for Tatanka to see that coming. Yeah, it's a bit of a thick edge here on this high ground. Only a couple pigs gonna be able to be pressured from that high ground, or from the low ground. I mean to say.
This is probably my favorite match so far. This is
really great. and Sasha keeping even on farms. So those starting farms have fallowed out now, so they're all gone. That means those farm kills from Tatanka not contributing to the farming farm loss anymore. However, if you look at those farms that Sasha ended up killing, one of them was like a fresh farm basically, which is like 300 food not farmed. The other one's like 120 food or something like that. Yeah, it's not what you want, but definitely still in this game. Absolutely still in this game is Tatanka.
Yeah, look at the army value, literally dead even right now. Yeah, it's so insane.
Yeah, that's funny.
But the question is, if this keeps going, like 3 base is going to be super awkward for Tatanka.
It's impossible, really. It's so, because you can't. There's nothing you can do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable if you're Tatanka. You have to drop a tier 3 or make tier 2 aggression work. Has the tech lead is Tatanka has Skunk and Falcon, whereas Sasha just sitting on tier 1 and a Falcon Warren, dropping some moles. I think they want to make this push happen. They feel like they have an edge right now. It's basically even. Just as Sasha's dropping Cam Warren.
This would actually really favor Tatanka though.
Yeah,
investing in more moles while Sasha's investing in Cam.
This is no longer such a good angle of attack without the pigs to pre-fire on. For Tatanka, I will say, for the skunks. There used to be pigs on this mill where the gas will get shot down before the fight starts, and now it's not going to be quite as good. Nice gas though. Here comes the fight.
Yeah, there's
actually gas not really on top of the tier 1.
Yeah.
Pigeons are keeping these tier 1 and tier 2 alive, but I think Tatanka's gonna take this.
Yeah, and again, Tatanka just had that free position that I've been talking about a lot today. You know, the squirrels were in their correct spot to just go ahead and start firing right as that engagement happened. And that game was kind of a knife fight back and forth, but Tatanka finally finding that critical blow there, that kidney shot, tying things up 2-2.
That army graph just shows how Tatanka was able to bounce back so well. I mean, there's like a point at like 4 minutes or something where he loses everything and then manages to get back up right to where Sasha was. Very excellent played from both sides. Okay. And yeah, we're at 2-2 now. Great series.
Yeah, you ready for game 5?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Spawning on the right side, Sasha, and on the left, Tatanka. Nice little small map here. Yeah, this is going to be a fun game. I think 2 base is possible. I think these mills kind of more in the center are kind of untankable, but Sasha could take that bottom mill. Tatanka could take that natural. We get in a nice little 2 base game.
Yeah, I think you can easily get 2 bases here, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is fine for both sides.
5-farm
Warren. I think Tatanka's gonna be a little happier, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 5-farm Warden from Sasha again. Maybe they see this mole rush potential. I want to see a game where Sasha spawns in with like a really good farm configuration and see if they do the same thing. I'm curious about it because I don't know if they're just doing it to stop mole rushes or they're just consistently gonna do it every time. Sasha trying to cancel the tier 1 Warren here to try to put on pressure. The tier 1's getting rallied over. Oh, look at this! The squirrel's coming across the map. Can they cancel this Warren? I don't think they're gonna get it. What? Oh, they're gonna get it, I think. Does the squirrel make it?
No, I don't
Squirrel doesn't even make it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, and the squirrel's here now. That's gonna pressure a farm. That should be a farm going down.
Yeah,
here
especially
for,
that angle,
Tatanka.
just that one farm.
Maybe even a second pig. No, first.
Oh my god! Yeah, it is gonna go down.
Let's go down, Stella, and go home. Nice pickup there for Sasha. Tatanka losing a farm and a little slow into their next farms too.
Losing a farm and that Warren.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be in a tough position at least early here. They need to start to build up, but they're gonna be a little behind when they're building up. They're on 2 tier 1 Warrens, whereas Sasha's on 2 Squirrel Warrens and a Mole Warren, and so they're under this constant pressure of just losing the game, where they need to build up farms, but they also need to not die. So, yeah, we'll see what they decide to do.
How far behind do you think Tatanka is right now?
60 food. I think they're 60 food behind, almost exactly. It's so difficult because they got that Warren too. Maybe even more than that, maybe 100 food or something. And if Sasha plays their cards right, this could snowball. It's a small edge for sure, but in an early game like this, small edges are absolutely everything. I mean, why do you think mole canceling works? It's not actually getting any value. You're just canceling farms, but it's just small edges that add up over and over again.
Yeah,
so we'll see if
high level
Sasha
play, that's really all it takes. And a lot of these, I don't think people are really counting food as much as they're like just thinking instinctually, like, oh, I got enough value right there to where I can come in and push. And
even if Sasha doesn't feel like they have enough to push right now, they feel safe to put down tier 2. Oh, well, okay.
Now they're gonna push. They thought about that. They're like, oh yeah, I'm safe enough to get a tier 2. Wait, I'm probably far enough ahead to just push. And, oh my god, the skunk Warren here.
They're mind gaming Tatanka here because Tatanka's like, okay, they're dropping a tier 2. I can drop a tier 2 to try to hold this, but they have the skunks down now, and the skunks are building for Tatanka. They're still 10 seconds out before a skunk even sees the board, and one skunk is not enough for this army that Sasha has. This is going to be absolutely brutal.
Moles are starting to get out, but one pig is already being targeted. It goes down, but actually Tatanka holding this pretty well.
Wow, yeah, Sasha really gonna lose a lot there. Gets a farm, nice pickup there. And this farm is not really full enough. Oh, it is gonna buy it back. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably a fine buyback.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I think just to keep the income the same, even though you're gonna lose out in the long run. Unfortunately, no like cabin or something like a cabin or two that kind of go unscouted can really make a big difference in situations like this. So Tatanka is going to get away with the skunks, and
I think that keeps him pretty safe here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Sasha can just keep ramming their head into Tatanka's base. I think we have to evolve this game into 2 bases here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. My guess here for Sasha is going to be Ooh. Maybe an expand. I thought it was going to be tier 2, but...
Sasha's never found this mill down here yet. So Sasha doesn't even know that that's an option to expand.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of times in this game, you can just assume that, like, some of the map is just trash open. Oh, Tatanka trying to move in here, dropping 2 mole warrens. The army value is very even. Once those moles pop, it's gonna start looking more even.
Oh, now Sasha's finally gonna go get the lay of the land. Start thinking about where an expansion is.
Free gas coming down. Sasha's now at home. Gonna try to move around the side here. Take a different angle of engagement. This gas is doing so much work here for Tatanka. Every tier 1 going down instantly for Sasha. He needs to try to hold this. I don't know if they can. These Falcons need to stay alive. Healed up by the pigeons. And I think they will hold this if they keep these Falcons up. They will.
This skunk's gotta live. The Falcon's gotta live. Tatanka running away as fast as they can.
And a pretty even fight there.
We're in Scrap City now, baby.
Pretty even.
5 minutes 20 into the game. Yeah, one of the farms went down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that army value. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Very close.
Jeez.
Would you rather have the Falcon or the Skunks here? I think I'd rather have the Skunks, right?
I agree. It's a more consistent unit, and you have a little more control over how the fight starts, I think. But these moles from Sasha gonna kind of fill the role of that tank that the Falcons need to survive.
Yeah.
In a really open fight, without a lot of pre-gas, Falcon can easily win this fight. It's so close, but I think the comp is slightly better for the Tatanka right now. I don't know, with a couple more moles though, it starts to look way more Tatanka favored.
Yeah, I feel like
with
Sasha has just been kind of mole crazy this whole series.
Yeah,
situation like I'd expect maybe 3 moles or 6 moles, but 9 moles here for Sasha.
Yeah, it's filling the roles that cams aren't right now. You need some tank for these glass cannon Falcons, and 9 moles is plenty of health. That's over 100 HP. So yeah, your little mini bore there.
Tatanka getting good scout knows exactly what Sasha's army is looking like. Tatanka feeling very confident right now. Enough to be the one to start the expansion trigger and say, you know what, I'm recovering my economy, or you? You know?
Oh, Sasha buying this farm that's on 2 wheat. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. They're going back up to 4 farms in their original base.
Yeah, not an ideal scenario there. But
no.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Again, no campfire to help limping economies, and Tatanka feeling pretty comfy right now. Got those farms going. Just needs to not build too much. And here comes Sasha. Now that's enough moles to where this mill can get just deleted very, very quickly.
The question is, how much does Tatanka even care about this mill? If he takes this fight so that he wins, like the mill goes down, whatever, but he takes out all the army from Sasha. Yeah. It's just walk over the opponent's base and win.
Yep.
So Sasha needs to do the impossible right now, which is kill the entire army of Tatanka and have enough to kill the mill.
Oh, careful with these skunks though.
All starving. Here comes the fight.
And
lots of pre-games. Not all the squirrels though. Is it enough for Sasha? It's gonna be so close.
A lot of the squirrels still alive for Sasha here.
Pigeon's doing really good for Sasha, and actually gonna clean up the army with enough to kill the mill. This is just what I said. This is perfect for Sasha. Yeah. And he needs to push home while also starving.
Dude, it was really those 12 moles, man. Like, they just tanked so much damage.
Yeah. Now focusing the mill. Tatanka needs to stop this. Couple more Falcon bursts and this mill's dead. He can just focus it out. This is it. The Falcon burst is it.
That's it. GG. Sasha.
No way.
Going up to match point here. What a crazy match.
Wow. On starve timer, taking that. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, like the moles, man. Like that's like 12 moles in a situation like that. That's just so much HP to try to smack through. And at that same time, their moles are deleting the squirrels, but now we traded everything. However, Tatanka's still got the squishy units alive, you know? Or I'm sorry, Sasha does.
Yeah. Yeah, the skunks can get distracted by these moles, and then when the skunk gas gets on the moles, that's not at all what you want. It's like the worst case scenario. You need it on the squirrels because that's the main DPS of the army.
Yep, exactly. So sure, the skunks killed all the moles, but the squirrels lived, and that's what Sasha needed. All right, going into match number 6 here. Are you ready?
I'm super ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, in the bottom on match point, Sasha, and up top, need a win here to take it to game number 7. It is Tatanka back on the board.
Back on the board. It's been so scrappy. Neither player has been ahead by more than 1 point this entire series.
What a weird map.
Tatanka. I know, yeah. Sasha with a nice 3. Tatanka with a nice 3. And then there's a nice ninja, I guess, that Sasha could also take with these kind of bad campfire, actually.
Yeah.
It's so odd. I mean, and it's just the entire map is road too, so it's kind of a large map. But with the road, it can kind of shrink it a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Sasha is gonna have a much easier time attacking Tatanka once we get into expansions. Tatanka's gonna have to go up this high ground, and then a couple little doodads out here as well that might screw up the pathing and the AI of the units. So we'll see. I don't know. Again, we have some pre-8 farm Warrens here.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. I mean, it's kind of just Sasha's signature. They always do this. I don't know. I guess it's a tournament game.
Yeah.
And so you need to not lose off a 4-farm double, right? Losing a game like that is horrible for mental, and also just you can't give up a game that easily.
Yeah.
So
and it'll help against anybody who's trying to be a little crazy with the moles, and then also it's just it forces. What I like about it is it forces the opponent to have to mess with their build order, because if Sasha goes a 5-farm Morin and then Tatanka just goes 8 farms, like Sasha's got good enough micro to get over there and harass, with those couple units and maybe pick off a pig or something. So,
well, yeah, I mean that's what they did last game, right?
If Tatanka's not used to that kind of opening, now Tatanka's just build is a little bit wonky, and they've kind of got to do their build order on the fly now rather than what they've rehearsed,
Right, exactly. Yeah. It can just change. It can take the game a little bit off kilter, but when one player is practiced for that off kilter, then you kind of swing that momentum, hopefully in your direction. I guess is the idea there.
It's pretty.
By the way,
so
Cam's from Tatanka, which is his first pickup of Cam's yet. Mostly snakes that has been in the deck so far. Very keeping board. Honestly, we've barely ever seen. We have only seen tier 3 once this entire game, which was Tatanka getting out of board and then a wolf from Sasha in one game.
Yeah.
I guess it's safe to bring it in case you get a really crazy map, for tier 16 farms, 24 farms, whatever. But if you really are confident that a lot of these games are gonna get stuck in tier 2ville. Bringing a 4th tier 2, is it crazy? Maybe. Could it work? Possibly.
This is really smart from Sasha here. Sasha's generally this series been pretty aggressive, been building a lot of tier 1, a lot of moles. Sasha this time around went 2 tier 1 into 2 tier 2. And is just now starting to sprinkle in some more tier 1 here. So a little bit more of a tech opener. Just trying to change up the build orders, which is very smart. And I think you made a good point earlier. The deck is not necessarily half the battle. You can play one deck in a ton of different builds, right? So you can play aggressive, you can play defensive, you can play greedy or tech, all within the same composition.
Sasha dropping moles, but I don't think this is really the map where you can push in quite as effectively as you were able to. With the second mill from Tatanka, you can push into that, but much further than that, there's a really nice choke here that Tatanka has, which is going to be very difficult to make a push into happen. But with Tatanka's committing really hard to this forward mill, actually. And push into with 4 cams and 2 falcons could be
and some moles. Sasha's just putting together such a strong early game army. Yeah, okay, Tatanka just saw everything. So come on, build some moles.
Yeah, you need moles here, Tatanka. Really need moles here. Yeah, gonna drop them.
Oh god, I'm so worried for Tatanka, man.
I know.
I want him to win this so we go to game 7.
Absolutely.
It's always super hype. Okay, Tatanka, sees that Sasha was fainting a little bit with this expansion. Was hoping Tatanka might overextend a little bit on the farms. But Sasha just fine as well. They built up a good army, but they could easily pivot over to just ecoing if they kind of scout and say, yeah, they're a little bit too prepared. And based on how many moles Sasha just saw, good due diligence here as well, just looking around for a cheeky tier 3 or something. I don't think Sasha pushes. And right after the scout, the boar comes down.
There she goes. Yeah, I don't think Sasha pushes either. Even with this board down, I think the better play is maybe drop a board of your own, and make some, or I mean a wolf of your own.
Yeah.
They could push into this. There's a lot of commitment on this mill from Tatanka. Sasha not getting a deep scout, and they just had one. So let's see what the choice is here. More farms. I think that's not even a bad call. Staying ahead on farms here is nice.
Yep. But how long until Sasha sees the boar is really what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of focusing my attention on Sasha's commander right now. Sasha gonna go in for the deep scout again, so should see it this time. There it is. Okay, it knows exactly.
Yeah, 40 seconds.
Yep.
That 6:20 mark, that's when that boar hits the field, and you need to be ready by then.
Yep.
Oh, wants to push in. I think they have an army here that can stand up against Tatanka's force. There's a lot of money in tier 2 warrens. A lot of money
Look at Tatanka's army,
right
though.
now.
I mean, it's very similar to Sasha's.
It's true. Oh man, it's so difficult here.
Here we go.
Fight comes in. A lot of cams here from Sasha. More tier 2 on the field. And look, the front line is all gone from Tatanka. This mill will go down. So will all these small ones unless Tatanka sells them.
Those cams from Sasha just really making a big difference there in that fight.
They can pressure this warren from the low ground. They can pressure this boar warren from the low ground.
Oh my gosh, the boar comes out, but will it matter?
Wow.
Sasha's kind of already won the war by taking out that mill. Tatanka's got one push.
Yeah, they need to make something work here.
And no, Tatanka's actually not going to do the YOLO defense push. Maybe. Let's see. They built a mill.
They have to stop the starvations. They want to. They need to make something. They need to win here. And they need to knock out the mill and trade the army effectively. This boar, I think you poke with the boar on the tier 1. Well, Cam's getting caught out early. One cam going down way before the fight started. And this boar kiting back. Actually, really good use of the boar. Is it enough though? Is the question. Tier 2 all down.
God, look at so many units from Sasha. This.
Trying to stop the boar bomb. Going onto the mill. The mill will not go down. Keeping the tier 1 alive, and the pigeons are going to heal up that cam. And that's GG. I think that's Sasha gonna take this series in incredible fashion.
Yeah.
Oh man, Sasha trying to pay for Tatanka trying to pay for the boar was two food short, I think.
All right, here comes the mole drop.
And yeah, this is just again, this is Tatanka's tournament life in the line.
Yeah,
so
you got to do whatever you can for sure.
But this mill is going down. That's gonna put Tatanka back into start.
Yeah.
Look,
good control from Sasha.
Doesn't even need to fight here. Just pull home. Don't let the guy expand.
Yep.
And they will never. They'll just starve out over time.
So honestly, I feel like the name of the game for Sasha today was moles, moles, and moles. I mean, just more moles than you would expect. You know, it's like Captain Crunch, like oops all moles, is what we saw from Sasha. I mean, attacks that you would normally expect maybe 3 to 6 moles had like 12 from Sasha, plus some cams. And it was just a very big, like, frontline sort of strategy, right? You could really, it reminded me of, like, the line of scrimmage with, like, American football. You know, like, once those linemen are bursted, like, that's it. And I think that was the story with a lot of Sasha's pushes today, where it was just that the cam mole created such a good front line.